Hey guys, what's going on? It's Derek with Molotherapy, and if you're dealing with a stiff upper back, this is going to be a good video for you. We're going to show you a little test to do to see how you can assess your upper back stiffness, and then we're going to give you a couple exercises, then we'll retest and see if it improves. But the reason we want to improve our upper back mobility, specifically the ability to extend and rotate, is because it's going to determine the angle our shoulder blades sit on our rib cage, which then determines the angle of our arm. And it is going to cause potentially a lot of shoulder pain if we have limited thoracic extension and rotation. So really want to improve that. We also want to improve the ability of our rib cage to expand. Our rib cage and all the musculature in there, our intercostal muscles attached to our upper spine. And so if our rib cage is stiff, then that's going to make our upper back potentially stiff, which ultimately might affect shoulder pain and even neck pain. And so we are going to start with a tool using, I have my voodoo band. You could use a belt even. We'll wrap it around in a little bit to our rib cage. But the first test we want to do to make sure we have a good thoracic rotation is a test where you can either sit on the ground, and I'm sitting crisscross with my knees higher than my hips to lock out my low back. You could also sit on a chair. If I had a stool I had to sit on, I would want to put something under my feet just to make sure my hips or my knees are higher than my hips like they are right now. And so you're going to sit on the box or on the ground, and then you're going to twist, try to keep that low back straight, and go as far as you can. Twist to the other side, go as far as you can. If you're doing it on the ground, it might like something like this. And try not to lean to one side. I like sitting on a box. It's probably going to take out more compensation, but if you can sit on the ground comfortably, do that. You either are trying to measure, is there something in line of sight you're going for, or you're just going for feel. So see how it feels, see how far you can go, trying to keep your head neutral. Don't reach and turn your head very dramatically, then turn to this side. Okay, so that's our test. You got a good base mark, see where you're at. Now, I'm going to put this band, you could also put a belt around you, and the tightness level of it, I'm putting it around my ribs. So underneath my, right underneath my chest, and I'm just wrapping it around a couple times. I'm only making it as tight as it needs to be so it won't fall off. So I'm not necessarily trying to, take my breath away like a weightlifting belt potentially. But same thing with your belt. If you could tie it around your chest, cool. If you can't, you also don't need this. You can also use your hands. But say we got this around us. We're just using this for feedback. What I'm going to do is inhale through my nose for 3 seconds. Exhale through my mouth with pursed lips for 6 seconds. For 6 seconds, okay? Now, you can either do this sitting up like I am, but you have to be relaxed. If you can't relax while sitting here, and you're getting tight, it's uncomfortable, maybe your hips hurt, I want you to lie on your back, right? And you'll do the breathing exercises like that with your knees bent. But while we're doing this, we're going to focus on expanding our rib cage into the band, making sure we don't raise up our shoulders. So when we breathe, we don't want to do this, right? See my shoulders raise? We want to keep our shoulders where they're at, expand our belly, then our ribs. And if you don't feel much pressure in your ribs, that is okay. That's why you could put your hands on there too. Breathe and just try to fill up your hands. So what I recommend is starting a minute timer, and you're going to breathe in your nose for 3 seconds like this. Out your mouth for 6. For about a minute. So this is just getting your rib cage moving a little bit. About a minute. It's going to help all those intercostal muscles actually start to engage, which is going to help with rotation in just a minute. So after you spend about a minute doing that, we are going to do a little open book stretch mobilization. So I'm lying on my side like this. I can bend my knees. And what I'm going to do is inhale, keeping this arm on the ground as I open. And I go as far as I can before I feel like I have to take my knees off the ground. So say I can go all the way to the ground, cool, but say I get stuck here, that's okay. I exhale, come back. So I inhale, exhale, come back. I'm going to do 10 on this side, and then I switch over, and I do 10 on the other side. So I inhale, exhale. This side's a little more loose for me, and you might find that. Inhale, exhale. Do 10 on that side. After we do those, I'm going to do a little cat-cow mobilization. Now, a lot of us have probably seen it like this, where you cow and you cat like that, but we're going to try to isolate your upper back. And so what I'm going to do is actually just come back down to where my heels are on my butt. If this is kind of painful, I recommend that you either put a towel or a pad under your knees or even a pillow, or you could even sit on a chair and then have like a table in front of you that you lean forward on while you do this. But I'm going to show you what it looks like on the ground first. So I'm on the ground like so. I put my hands on the ground. I'm going to now round my upper back, tuck my chin in, inhale, and exhale, and extend it, and I'm going to look up. Inhale, round. We're going to do about 10 of these. And exhale, look up. And exhale. So you do about 10 of those, and then I want you to retest. See where you're at. You'll sit on the ground again. You sit in your chair, open up here, and yep, I feel a little bit looser. So if your upper back's feeling kind of stiff, these are some things you can start doing to improve upper back mobility, which is ultimately going to impact your neck pain, shoulder pain, and make sure that your ribs are expanding. So try this stuff out. Hope it helps. We'll see you on the next one.